Hello and welcome. I'm NJYosh, and today we are going to take a look at the alpha of Ashen Steel. This is a RPG. As I said, it's an alpha. It's a invite alpha, but you can just go to the Steam page and request an invite. It doesn't seem too hard. So a couple difficulty settings: story mode for basically no combat or very limited combat effect. Classic is your standard, and then a higher difficulty. Biggest issue I have here is you can only save in designated areas. That does not work for me, so we're just gonna go with classic. Now you are not a hero, you're a cartographer. This is also a very kind of a old school RPG where it does not hold your hand, and when I say it does not hold your hand, I mean that in the extreme. No quest markers, no real clue what you're doing. Okay. In the wake of certain events in Astara, the capital city of the Kingdom of Seven, a young cartographer with an entourage of Knights of the Order traveled to the island of Greyshaft. Though the journey was difficult, the ship finally reached its destination. This is where our playtest begins. It's a very pretty game. I did play a bit just to get a feel for how it was going to run. I did not get out of the starter area. I just played around a little bit in the starter area. Figured out a couple of things you need to do because it is not intuitive. Some of the things that they expect you to figure out, and I don't have a problem with not having quest markers and not having a real guide going in, but I think in some of the stuff here they cross the line between not holding your hand and being deliberately obtuse. So we'll see how it plays out. There are many different opportunities to interact with the world in Greyshaft, from starting dialogue with a character to opening and picking locks, or to ease your suffering from seasickness.
Oh, cartographer! What do you think of Greyshaft?
Not quite what I expected.
I can see that. Your face is the exact color of the island. Have you been to see Emmett? He's our physician.
I'm looking for him now.
You'll find him that way. Ask him for a concoction or some herbs to chew. Come find me when you're feeling better. There's something we need to discuss.
Okay, so that clue of him pointing him over his shoulder is the only clue you get as to where to find the doctor. But we are not going to go there right off the bat. We are going to try to get through this opening area as quickly as possible. So we're going to pick up some of these side quests.
What are you yelling about?
What's it to you? Leave me alone.
All right. It's just that the knights are on a secret mission, and here you are shouting loudly enough to be heard on the other islands.
Hey, shouting, am I? We unloaded some of the provisions from the ship, and had barely put them on the ground when these pests swarmed them.
What pests?
Those blight-blasted bugs. Fecking insects. If they tear through all our food, I'll be flogged for certain.
Do you want me to try and shoo them away? I guess I could stomp on them, or...
No, I already tried that. The quartermaster walloped me good for disturbing everyone. I know what you can do. How's about you squash them all? Give them a good thrumping.
How would I don't even have a weapon.
What do you need weapons for? Squash those bastards underfoot. Just rid me of this plague, for seven's sake.
So I do feel like some of this dialogue was plotted and recorded and then tweaked later, but they didn't, they're not going to keep spending money on re-recording for the playtest. Because some of the things like me saying I could stomp on them doesn't mesh with me saying later I don't have a weapon, and then him telling me to stomp on them. And there was one other example of that I remember that I had encountered, but I don't actually remember what it was. That's one of the bugs we need to take out... I thought there was a potion laying there, but I guess not. There it is. Fish.
Hey. What? I'm not asleep. The knight told me to guard the... Oh, it's you. Aye. The Order's navigator, right? Not exactly. I'm a cartographer. Aren't those the same thing? How's your work going here? I've been working my arse off. Who do you think's been cleaning up after you this whole time? By the seven, have some shame. Yeah. Sorry. I had no idea that would happen. It's fine. Must be tough being a seasick navigator. Cartographer. That's what he said.
So you can. I could ask him for directions to the physician if I'm losing it, but I know where it is.
Not
so.
easy being a deck boy. It sure isn't. Everyone thinks I'm just some stupid kid. Bring this, hold that, clean up here, move that thing there. I am strong, you know. I can board a ship alone anytime. Nobody believes me. Everyone only laughs when I say that. You could try and prove your worth somehow. How exactly? Beat someone up? The skipper's gonna give me a whipping and lock me up in the latrine to lick it clean for a month. Hey, can you help me out? With the latrine licking? Not that. Help me prove my worth. Let's fight. Are you serious? Don't shoot yourself too early, navigator. It won't hurt. We'll just fling some sticks around for show. And that's it. Give me a hand, pretty please. Do you really want me to spend my whole life as a lover here? Fine. Where are those sticks? Don't you have any? Well, you've already agreed to help, so you might as well go find them.
So this is one of those an example of where I think they cross the line about being deliberately obtuse. Now, he's saying go find some sticks. So I spent a bunch of time walking around the edges looking for sticks and stuff. That's not where you find it. I'll show you where you find it, and I think you'll agree with me. But first, let's talk to the doctor.
I'm Tristan, the cartographer.
I know who you are. Doesn't change my question. What do you need?
I'm so nauseous, I can hardly stand. I'm sick of looking at the contents of my stomach. Please help me.
Look, here, we're in dire straits. Some sod forgot to keep an eye out on the water barrels back in the starter. Now half the crew's laid out from drinking bad water.
I see that.
Look closer. Sailors are shitting blood. Some of them right in the bunks. So what's that you say? You feeling a little queasy, are you?
Just wait a second and I'll show you.
You're a wise-ass boy, but here's what we'll do. I want to make these poor men a tincture. Already sent one of the sailors to fetch me boiled water. But for the best effects, I'll need some alcohol. There's brandy in my chest. It's locked. Here's the key. Bring me back brandy, and I'll figure something out for you. Queasiness. Deal?
Deal. I'll get you your liquor.
All right, so I could have asked him for if he had a weapon, but that doesn't lead anywhere, so we'll skip that. Don't know what that is.
Keep your hands where I can see.
That's the navigator. We can't talk to him until we've completed all of the side quests.
Of course not. I told you, she's thick as a brick.
Only the one in my pants.
Unnecessary.
I have better things to do than peeking at other people's windows.
Hello. Do you know where...
You're the cartographer, right?
This morning I was?
You have it rough, cartographer.
Well, maybe a little rougher than you. Are you hiding here to smoke?
Can't smoke in front of the others. It's all, give me a hit, squid. Share with us, squid. And I only have enough rutmain for a few more.
Why squid?
Stinger nose. Where does anyone get their nicknames? Squids don't smoke, I don't think.
What's rutmain?
What titan did you fall off of? It's what we smoke on Greyshaft. We were the first, and we taught the whole kingdom the habit.
We? Are you from Greyshaft?
This morning I was.
Why didn't you stock up on rutmain before we left the starter?
Think you're so clever, do ya? Haven't heard that it's banned from a starter to basalting?
No, I didn't know that. Why is it banned?
That's enough, asker of questions. Let me smoke on my native shore in peace.
Does anyone have something to smoke in here?
Well, I think I saw the order physician had some tobacco. Haven't asked him about it yet.
So there's a lot of dialogue. I do appreciate that they voice both sides of it.
Bread prices went up here. We'll be eating
Did I? Hang on.
happens all the time, you know. Trust anyone.
I did not crush all the pests. So let's make sure we run back around. Can't go up there. That guy will stop us. I did squish that one. There we
Keep your
go.
hands where I can see them. That's what keeps them in business. Bread prices went up again. Watch
That might have been all of them.
Where I can see them.
I think that was all of them now. So I was saying, where you get the cudgel isn't, where you get a weapon is not obvious. You talk to this guy.
Do you happen to have a cudgel?
Ah, I asked him to deal with the bugs, and he asked for
Alright.
a cudgel. Help out first, and maybe then try asking for things.
All right, bugs are
The
dealt
bugs
with.
are dealt with.
Oh, lad, may the seven hear your words, else another plague may come. In any case, thank you. Perhaps now I can get some rest.
All right, now I'll
Do you
ask.
happen to have a cudgel?
Oh, yes, sure. Give me a moment. You can take... just take this one.
Your leg? Are you pulling my... Is this a jest?
What? It's heavy, solid wood. Hit it, toss it around. Nothing'll harm it.
So it's funny, but how are you supposed to make that leap? It also does not tell you to equip it, but like I spent so much time wandering the edges of the camp, trying to pick up sticks, logs, trying to pick up these torches. Yeah, it was. It could have been a little bit clearer. They could have just said, you know, ask around, see if anybody has one.
Yes!
All right, let's open the
Bottles of brandy.
chest from the physician.
All of them, or...
Can't see a single tomato thing like this, sunny and rainy and sunny.
Hang on, you're the cartographer, right? Tristan. That's what I heard the ordermen call you.
Well, you have me at a disadvantage then. I don't know your name.
The name's Rower. You don't have anything to drink on you, do you? The skipper confiscated all the booze before we set sail, so as not to get on your night's bad side.
I don't. Sorry. I'm just looking for the physician.
Nothing at all. Don't go thinking I'm just a no-good drunk, by the way. Just that every time there's a storm, or even just bad weather, I get an ache in my heart and feel lousy enough to jump from the yardarms. But a good old portion of liquor makes everything right again. And the noise in my head stops. What I wouldn't give for even a drop.
Sorry.
Damn it all.
Here. I found some alcohol in a chest.
Truly, Seven be praised. Oh, sweet relief.
Is one going to be enough for you?
It'll do just fine. Like I said, I'm not a drunk. Just need to soothe my heart a bit when the weather's foul. That's all.
Be well then.
Hang on, hang on. You'll be working with the navigator, right? Best give the other bottle to him. Loves his drink, he does. He won't say no.
Thanks. I'll keep that in mind.
It's you I should be thanking. Take care.
All right, so that takes care of that. Still can't talk to him, but let's deal with
Do you have
this.
them? Yep. I've got the brandy.
And we're just going to give him one bottle.
Brandy. Yeah.
Never send a fool to fetch a bottle. All right, cartographer, how's your nausea? Still suffering?
Now we're good now.
No, I feel better. Toughed it out, I guess.
Well, off with you then. I've work to do.
All right, says return to Sidar, but first we're gonna ask him.
Not at all.
Squid says he saw you had some.
Don't listen to the deckhands. Tall tales are all they're good for. Now leave me be. I've work to do.
Someone's out wandering the streets and yelling like a bloody fool again last night.
We're gonna go back to Squid.
Maybe I should move to the village.
Ooh,
This city makes me sick.
sorry, a mosquito flying by me.
Emmett says he doesn't have any tobacco.
Oh, did he say anything else?
He also told me not to listen to the deckhands.
Nah, he's just grumpy is all. Someone from the crew tripped him up, I think.
Someone had words with the physician.
Yeah, I think it was Rower, but I wasn't there to witness, so it might just be me making things up.
Is that true? Sure. Someone saw me.
Do you have a rod in Emmett's pickle?
Nah, there's nothing to be mad at. He's a harmless fool. Are you looking to grease the wheels with him? I saw you were really sick.
Well, having common ground won't hurt.
I kind of, sort of, took something from him and threw that thing as far away as I could. You might find it if you climb the rocks on the shore. Bring it back to him and he'll warm up to you for sure.
Yeah, we'll do that in a sec. Let's go talk to Sidar first.
This weather's
Feeling better, Tristan? More or less. Very good. Let's talk a bit. We've sailed almost halfway across the kingdom together, but I hardly know anything about you. This whole journey is like a dream come true for you, right?
Yes. Dealing with paperwork isn't exactly an adventure.
Is that what you think we're doing? Going on an adventure?
Do realise you're going to Greyshaft on important business.
Important, and also likely dangerous. Tell me, cartographer, what would you do if we encountered bandits? Remember, you stand before an order knight, so answer truthfully.
So this is how you gain 2 starter points and attributes by answering the 2 questions he's going to have. We're going to say...
Try and stay out of the way. I'm not a fighter, so the best thing I can do is not be underfoot.
One help you. You were ambushed on your way to the privy. The bandits know you're not alone. Their knives are at your throat, and they're demanding you take them to our camp. What would you do, Tristan?
I'd put up a fight. If they start actually cutting me, I'd likely die anyway. So maybe I could break a few noses before I went.
You're an interesting one, cartographer. All right, run along to the navigator. He's getting impatient.
Alright, can't do that yet. Because we need to finish all the side quests. Alright.
Want an apple? Sure. Thank you, navigator. Don't take it personally, all that stuff about cleaning up after you. Don't worry, I won't. Have you been to Greyshaft before? Just once. My pa brought me here when I was very young. We lived in a village. I remember there was a huge fish skeleton there. I also remember going fishing with some local folk. 2 men on the older side. I think their names were Vive and Nalev. But yes, not a care in the world.
Heard a couple Maulers howling at the wolves yesterday.
How goes it?
I am ready.
Let's go, navigator.
I'll cut you like a...
Okay, you're a cartographer and barely know how to hold a sword. Don't let that scare you. Observe the actions of your enemies, watch your stamina and your surroundings. Try to wear out your opponent, and then it'll be much easier to defeat him. By the way, this also applies to you. The best thing would be to find a good teacher as soon as possible, if, of course, you intend to survive. Left-click attack, right-click block, spacebar dodge, and I think T... No, I thought T locked on. But yeah, you start out really bad at combat. Luckily, fish isn't really any better.
That was an excellent fight. No cause for commotion.
We'll pick up that. Wait for fish to wake himself back up.
How goes it? Well, come a trash. The whole crew will respect me now.
Okay. And last thing we need to do is this break time quest. which this one has brought me no end of issue. This is the one I actually wasn't able to complete last time. It tells you... So, it doesn't really tell you too much. Ro confessed he stole something from the healer and threw it up high. Could be one of those tall rocks. Said there's a way to climb. Now, if you'll notice a ladder here. So, that makes sense. And then, oh yeah, some parkouring here. Sure. Sure. And then this platform. I have yet to successfully be able to jump on this platform. So one thing I'm going to do is save real quick. Start a new save. And we're going to just keep trying until we can get something to happen. I even went back and watched... Oh, there we go. Finally. When I say I've tried to make that jump 100 times, I'm not even kidding. Like, I spent 40 minutes trying to make that jump. Oh, fall damage, by the way, is brutal.
Did you lose this?
Oh, where did you find this?
Rower stole it. He threw it away into the rocks, and I climbed there to get this thing back.
Thank you. Here, I remember that you asked about it. Debts take every deckhand.
Alright, so he's giving me some Rutmane. So we should be able to take that to Squid.
Nothing's likely to change.
Here's your tobacco.
NJYosh, that's Rutmane.
It wasn't easy to get.
Greyshaft hasn't forgotten me. Blessing me with gifts soon as I get here.
Can I ask my questions now?
Well, I really don't know all that much. Want me to tell you more about Rutmane?
Aye. I do wonder what's so special about plain old tobacco.
And that's the thing. It's not plain. If you look closely, there's something else in it.
What is it?
Horsebane.
Sounds dangerous.
Not at all. It's a mushroom. The Prime Striders on Basalt discovered it. They figured it was an ordinary mushroom. But then, the Greyshaftians figured out that just one sniff would set your head spinning. So, they picked it, dried it, chopped it up all fine, and stuffed it in their pipes. And the rest is history. Turns out, there were other interesting mushrooms too. Some that perk you up, some that help you sleep, others that'll have you stiff in your trousers, or the opposite. So, they started packing their pipes with those too.
Okay. Now, we should be able to do this.
She tried to sell some piece of rubbish she found in the attic to the grave diggers. Did they buy it? Of course not. I told you, she's thick as a brick.
Cartographer, it's about time.
My bad.
Are you trying to placate me?
Trying to apologise. I know I wasn't any help with charting the course. In any case, I'm sorry for letting you down.
That'll do for starters. My name's Murray.
Triss.
Oh, brandy. You know what the last fella offered me?
Beer?
No. It's a long tale. Want to hear it?
Sure.
Of course. Tell me.
I made a bet once with a sailor we called Horsefly. We were caught in a storm and ended up in the midst of some forsaken archipelago, with no safe harbour or fresh water anywhere around. Just lizardfish and stingers. Horsefly worked in the galley. He started spreading panic. Say we'd been banished to the edge of the world, we'd never make it out. We'd die here and all that. Everyone was in low spirits at the time, so his words started sounding more and more true to them. The captain and the quartermaster stood there, stone-faced, knowing that the smallest action could lead to a riot in this atmosphere. Everyone understood. But after what Horsefly had said, I was stung by pride and suddenly had an idea on how to get out of the situation. So, I told Horsefly, edge of the world, never make it out. You think I'm your navigator,
or just a useless sack of rat shite, you bastard. But he kept going. We're lost, we can't make it out, we'll fall into the jaws of a sea serpent. So I said to him, let's make a bet. If I can't chart us a course home, you can take my most valuable possession. Whatever you can find. But if I can get us back to familiar waters, the second you admit we're safe, you must give me something that can't be found on the ship. And I knew that we'd polished off the last drop of spirits a week before. But no more grog, not even a splash of homebrew. If I do this, I said, then you, Horsefly, have to serve me alcohol the second I demand it. The whole crew fell silent. Horsefly came out of his panic to think, then agreed. The sailors all calmed down. They were all intrigued to find out if I could really find a way home. And they wondered, if it really did happen, how would Horsefly get me a drink? To tell you true, cartographer, I had a trick up my sleeve. The first thing any navigator worth his salt learns to look for in times like that is the cuckoo, our brother's favourite guiding star. It shines night and day, even if faintly. It had taken me a little while, but I had indeed spotted it. Then I knew approximately which way we needed to go, which is why I made such a bold bet. We drifted far, as you can believe, of course, but we did get back to friendly waters. With everyone listening, I announced that we were sailing past the all too familiar volcanoes, which meant it was time for me to wet my whistle. Horsefly, however, was not without his own tricks. Turns out he had a small barrel of incredibly sour wine down in the galley, used to preserve things. All ceremonial-like, he presented me with that barrel and poured me a glass. As soon as the first sip touched my lips, it was as if time stopped. It was more like drinking the driest red vinegar in existence. I had never had anything so sour in my life. The sailors grinned, and all I could do was laugh and admit that he had fulfilled the terms of a bet quite spectacularly. We ended up mixing that wine with water and sugar and shared the resulting drink with the whole crew. Even the captain took a few sips. Those were good times, even though Horsefly is no longer with us.
That's quite the story.
All right, let's get to work, cartographer. The maps they sent you with were actually quite helpful. Your Captain Gellert warned me that they used a Mioran system or something, but I've managed to understand the gist of it. I've done a rough comparison with our charts. So, one willing, we've made it this far, but we've still got a rough journey ahead of us. Once your order gives the signal, we'll need to raise anchor and enter Greyshaft harbour like civilized folk. As I'm sure you understand, the reefs around the island are still a threat. While you were busy emptying your insides onto our deck, I charted this course too, and I'd be lying if I said I wasn't interested in your opinion. So, tell me, cartographer, how can we get to the port safely? This will give me a chance to see how well you know your own maps too.
So, I think this continues to add starter points. When I clicked on the choice before that very long dialogue, I saw a +1 insight, I think it was. Let's see. I think if we don't change course, we're going to hit a countercurrent.
The course to the west is shorter. If we go around that side of the island, we'll reach the port in the least time possible.
Which would help us a lot, considering we're short on supplies and the crew's in bad shape. You're right, Tristan.
Be wary of large clusters of waves. They can be a sign of reefs, even though there aren't any in that area according to my maps. It's best to be on the safe side and avoid spots like that anyways.
I agree. I have to admit, I thought you'd be arrogant and refuse to doubt your own wonderful maps.
Better to doubt my maps than lose the entire ship.
Not bad. Not bad at all. You certainly know your stuff when you're not throwing up everywhere. How did you come to be a cartographer anyway?
was naturally drawn to it. I mean, I was always good at drawing and letters. They accepted me into the Cartographers Guild as soon as I got out of the orphanage.
Hey, I see. All right. Go report back to your captain.
Okay.
Well done, cartographer.
So now we need to find Gellert. And I have a feeling it's going to be behind here.
Hey, stop right there. Where do you think you're going?
Nope.
I'm just going for a walk.
You can go for a walk later. No one leaves, that's orders.
No one leaves. Am I a prisoner or something?
I get the orders, I follow the orders. Back where you came from.
Alright, I am wrong. Is Gellert around here somewhere?
Can't see a single tuft in a fog like this.
You weren't here a bit ago.
Ah, Tristan. How are things with the navigator?
Just fine. He's a fine fellow, and I'm sure we'll get on swimmingly.
Always full of jokes. The seasickness hasn't gotten the best of you yet, has it?
It certainly tried its hardest, Captain.
Call me Gellert. You're a civilian. There's no need for titles. You can speak freely. Have you had a good time?
I'm sorry?
I was told that the Physician's brandy reserves had been pillaged. I suppose one of the crew members will be reeking of booze tomorrow. So, you taught that deck boy a lesson, Tristan. Keep up the good work. I will have to ask Emmett what his problem with that deckhand was. We don't need any petty conflicts right now. Got nothing else to say, huh? Well, let's talk about something else then.
Gellert, why are we sailing to Greyshaft?
Well, you sail to Greyshaft to make sure the ship reaches its shores safely. Then the crew will replenish the stores of water, and you'll sail back to Astarte. But as for the Order's aims, that's not something you're entitled to know.
I thought we were speaking freely, and no titles.
Consider that a friendly answer. In any other case, I'd have punched you in the teeth for asking too many questions.
Have you been to the 5th island?
Yes, several years ago.
Was it an official trip? Did you go in through the harbour?
Too official, if you ask me. And not much more pleasant.
Why not?
Because we arrived in port on the Retribution.
I'm not familiar with it. I mean, I saw frescoes of it at the church orphanage, but I don't remember them telling us much about it.
I'm not surprised. Because it's on the Order's conscience, not the church's. They send the galley called Retribution when there is a direct threat to the King's authority. Or the foundations of our faith are disrupted. No negotiations, no trials, fair or otherwise. Just divine retribution. At the tip of Order Knight swords.
And that happened on Greyshaft?
Unfortunately, yes. Those are bad memories, Tristan. Let's not stir them up.
There is a lot of dialogue in here. See, my insight isn't high enough for this option.
Have you known Wilbert for a long time?
A long time indeed. I broke his nose. Back when I was barely off the boat.
What? Really?
The ship had just arrived from Meor. I was still very young. I had managed to sneak on board and hide out in the hold. And I figured I'd be able to sneak back out when we got to Astarte. But this fop spotted me. Came up to me with one hand behind his back and started asking questions about who I was and where I came from. I was not much of a talker back then, and I socked him right in between the eyes. He fell back onto his rump, stared at me wide-eyed and asked, "Why did you do that?" Then I saw that he was holding a loaf of bread in his other hand. He had wanted to give it to the little urchin me, and so we made a trade. I gave him my filthy old kerchief to mop up the blood, and he gave me the bread. We've been in contact ever since.
A little boy alone in the ship's hold? Didn't your parents wonder where you went?
There was no one to wonder about me, Tristan. What about you? What do your parents think of your adventure?
I wouldn't know who to ask. I spent my childhood at the church orphanage.
Don't they tell you the names of your parents when you reach adulthood and leave the orphanage?
Yes, but only if you ask. And at that point, I really didn't care. Well, it was lovely talking to you. I think I'll go lie down.
Wait, now let me ask you a question of my own. That journal you keep, do you really record every step you take as Wilbert commanded?
I'm trying my best.
Can I take a look? I'm curious.
Sure.
Yes, of course.
Ha! Some adventure you've been having.
That's for sure.
Thank you for lightening my mood, Tristan. That's truly a luxury in our line of work.
Certainly, Gellert. Anytime.
All right, Tristan. You should get some rest. I'll see you in the morning.
Commander, I'll stand watch. I'm wide awake.
That won't be necessary. I have men to post. Tomorrow's going to be a long day. You should rest as well.
Uh-oh. Oh dear. Well, that's not great. You're likely to end up with more minor wounds than major victories or minor victories under your belt. These wounds slightly lessen your combat capabilities, but they'll heal on their own in time. Do know that if you get another minor wound while wounded, your injuries will worsen and become a serious wound. Okay. As you can see, right now, I have no quest.
This is our physician. Or was. What a nightmare.
Hey, you alright? You alive? I'm alive. I'm mostly alive. Ah, just going to rest a bit.
What happened? I remember people... crash. Then I woke up ashore.
Fun, wasn't it? They were waiting for us. Caught us in an ambush like fish in a net. I think they hit the ship to make sure no one could escape.
An ambush? I thought this was a secret mission.
You thought right, cartographer. I hope we'll have time to ponder this idea again sometime. But no worries. Things aren't really all that bad.
Right. Couldn't be better.
Judge for yourself. You're alive, I'm alive, and we still have that scroll. Which means we can get to the Order as planned. Just...
As planned? We have to get off this island. Everyone's dead.
Quit your complaining. Our mission is still to find Answer and give him the letter. Once it's in his hands, there'll be an Order ship to take you straight back to the capital. Perhaps there'll be a place for me on that ship too. One willing. Listen carefully, Tristan. As you can see, I'm in a bit of a mess. And I really don't want to kick the bucket here in this one forsaken cove. There was a physician on the ship with us, remember? He always wore a ridiculous hat.
Oh, yeah. I went to him when I was seasick and he called me a drunk.
He may not have been the best company, it's true. But he knew his trade well. We need to find his bag. It's big, with a belt strap. There should be a few healing potions inside in red flasks. They'll help stop the bleeding. Do you know any prayers to the One?
I know the last rites.
How appropriate. While you're looking for the bag, best pray that the potion flasks are all still in one piece. Because otherwise you'll have to go dig up his chest, which went down with his cabin on the ship. And I don't think I'll last long enough for you to find it. Come now. You set sail with us in search of adventure, did you not? Here's your first quest. Save this night. Maybe eventually you'll get around to saving princesses.
Okay. We'll just continue to make the loop here.
One almighty.
Yep, now he's got a little sparkle. That wasn't there before.
Aha! One bottle's still intact. Well, just one.
I'll manage.
Here. Did you find it? My hero. Ah, I feel better already. Thank you, Tristan. Now listen to me. I just need another minute here, then we'll get moving. The Order's headquarters on this island is north of here. Like I said before, we need to get this letter to their leader, Answer. And then you'll get on that ship. And who knows? Maybe I will too.
What happened to the men who ambushed us?
Ah, they're not around right now, so there's nothing to worry about. And anyways, counting you, there's two of us now. As my Uncle Tibor always said, one's an easy target, but two's trouble. So we'll be fine.
Did your uncle say anything about beaches covered in corpses?
When it comes to dead men's possessions, there's no superstition in a time of need. He runs a tavern on Greyshaft. Has tons of stories. So come on, grab yourself a weapon and bring me my sword. It's sticking out of that scum over there.
Alright, I think we saw that. Yeah.
There's something engraved on the handle. To my favourite nephew from Uncle T.
But
He's dead. The potion. How? The letter. He said that the Order would help me get home.
alright. Let's see. Nope, this is not open. I was just wondering if that was opened up. The quartermaster's leg is still the only weapon I can equip. But now I can go up this path. So one thing I'm not crazy about right now is hopefully this change. It seems like this is...
farewell. On the contrary. Hello there.
Oh, thank the one. Please help me. We were...
It seems like there's a lot of cutscene. Okay, now you're playing. Walk 10 feet. Cutscene. So we are finally out of the prologue. At 47 minutes in. Yeah, I see that guy standing there. But this is an RPG. Take everything.
So, you're finally awake.
My head is killing me. Where am I?
On the island, of course. Greyshaft, in all its wretched beauty. The more important question here is who the depths are you?
My name's Tristan.
Hold it! Whatever comes after that I'm isn't anything I asked. My name's Narest. You from the capital?
Yeah. Is it that obvious?
We've a sharp eye for outsiders here. You'll see. Luck's on your side, boy. There'll be nothing left but pieces to pick up with the others.
Do you know if anyone else made it out alive?
Unlikely. Your ship crashed so violently that I heard it all the way from here. Figured the noise came from the chasm. So this morning I took my cart over before any other well-wishers could beat me to it.
Well-wishers? Hang on. You were planning to rob our corpses, not help us?
When the sea brings something in, there's usually no one to help. Often can't even find enough to fill my cart.
What are you saying? If you got help right away, some of them might still be alive.
Keep your tongue in check, boy. You'd already been crab food yourself, if not for me. This is a wild place, a brutal place. I'm not ashamed of it. That's just how things are here. And us locals aren't too fond of anyone who doesn't know when to shut up.
Even when human lives are at stake.
Especially when human lives are at stake, you'll see. Anyways, I have work to do outside. Get yourself up. You'll find some old clothes of mine in that chest over there. Take a look. There might be something that'll fit. Once you're feeling up to it, come out to the yard and give me a hand.
Okay. Let's finish looting in here.
Now this is elegant. Another little something the sea brought in.
Anything else? I think that might be it. Oh, nope. Wisdom comes with experience. As you level up, you gain 3 stat points, which can be distributed in the stats section, as well as 1 skill point. This point will allow you to learn both combat and peaceful abilities, but you'll need to find a suitable teacher and gold. Alright, so let's check our attributes. We have 3 attribute points. We're going to put a little bit into insight, and then we're going to put the last one into strength. Yep, we don't have a teacher to learn any of the skills. Okay. I wanted to look combat book. I think that teaches us something. Maybe not. It just gives us experience. Okay. And a diagram. So I've learned a new recipe for a mended shirt. And the other book was the one I already read. Okay. Let's go out and talk to this guy. Actually, you know what? Let's go over here. Workbench. Need to prepare for a long journey or reinforce your armor. A workbench is a great place to start. It allows you to craft bows and arrows as well as consumables. You can also fix up your clothes, improve your armor, or prepare important upgrades for your component gear. Okay. So I have the ability to make this. I've picked up enough stuff. So let's make a better shirt. And equip that. Now we will talk to him.
About time. At this rate, I thought you wouldn't be up till evening.
I was barely alive just a short while ago, you know.
Don't know what this barely alive of yours is, Tristan. On Greyshaft, you're either alive or you're dead. You're...
I'll see. Right, I got it.
No one likes a smart arse, boy. But come now. Get to work. One good turn deserves another. You can start by moving these barrels. Put them behind the house, neatly. Once that's done, help me with the weeding. Nasty blighters are out of control. Then come talk to me, and I'll find something else for you to do.
Trousers? Maybe I was better off drowning.
By the 7, what a stink!
What kind of person throws something like this in someone else's yard?
Alright, that's all the weeds. Barrels. Not 100% sure where I'm supposed to move this. I'm guessing with the other barrels.
Something's blocking it from the other side.
Don't mind me, I'm just robbing you.
Fantastic!
Blacksmithing. The best weapons are forged by your own hands. Use the anvil and mastery skill to make an item according to the blueprint. Such weapons will have higher characteristics and lower requirements. And if the materials are personally mined, they will also bring a good profit. The master blacksmith skill also allows you to design and forge a unique sword, adjust it to suit you perfectly, and even strengthen it further. Okay, I don't think I can do anything. Yeah, no. We will read that book. That's fine. Okay. Experience. That's what I thought. Where are the rest of the barrels? Actually, hang on. Did we complete that? Yep, okay.
Keep your hands where I...
What's that? Done with everything?
I'm done.
That's what you think. Go tidy up inside.
No, old man, that's enough. You certainly helped me out of a tough spot, but I'm not your hired cleaner.
Look at the manners on this one. All right, don't bother scrubbing the floor. You'd just be spreading the dirt around anyways. Just bring out the empty bottles from inside, and we'll call it even. You can handle a few glass bottles, right?
Just collect the empty bottles and bring them outside.
That's what I said.
Then I can handle it, yeah. I'll be right back.
Alright, well, I already did that.
What's that? Done with everything?
Your bottles, Narest.
That's done then. Thanks for your help.
You know, it's not really my business, but isn't that kind of a lot of bottles? I mean, there's only so much drink the body can handle.
You're right, Tristan. It's certainly none of your business.
Fair enough. Do you have any idea who might be tossing soiled
Do you have
trousers?
any idea who might be tossing soiled trousers into your yard?
Ah, that vile stench is going to ruin my nice-smelling plants. Ah, go get to work.
Okay. What is your training? Basic crafting? Okay. I don't have the gold.
Can we talk?
Right then.
I got something to ask.
Aye, spit it out.
How do I get off this island?
You don't.
Stop messing with me, Narest. It's a serious question.
I'm being serious. The brainy bastards up in the capital said the volcanoes are bound to erupt this year. So the last trade ship kissed Greyshaft goodbye a month ago. It's every island for themselves these next 6 months. Well, for the most part. Could still be some reckless old salt in our harbour who would raise anchor for the right price. But we both know you're poorer than a pikefish right now. Sure, you might have a golden gemstone chamber pot in a starter, but no one here will give you the time of day while you're tramping about in me old rags.
So I've got to stay with you for the next 6 months, holding hands and waiting out the blight together.
By the one, do you have rat meat for brains, boy? I pulled you out of trouble. You worked off your debt. We're square. I'm not keen on being your nursemaid. Barely enough room here for me as it is. I'll say this. You need to go to the city. If you follow the path from here, it'll take you to an abandoned village. Don't turn off the path. Just keep going. You'll need to go through a small ravine. Then pass by a ruin that looks about to fall over. Just past that, you'll see a guard tower. Then you're bound to run into some good people who can tell you the best way to the city from there. Someone might even lead you there if you have coin to spare.
And what do I do there? Start begging?
The Order is in the city, Tristan. Don't think I didn't notice the insignia on your companions on the beach. So it's not hard to guess who holds your passage home. Although it's not guaranteed, of course.
What are you trying to say?
Hard times have fallen on the Order of the Seven here. Just as they have on all of Greyshaft. The Order's knights have seen better days. Even if they have a ship. Even if they're willing to risk heading out to sea despite the volcanoes. A spot on that ship would cost you a lot. The Order may have gone soft, but they know their worth. It'll take more than money to stir them up. And they won't be moved by empty tales. And you, as we both know, have nothing.
Hold on, but I do have something. I had a letter with me. The commander wanted to deliver it to the local chapter of the Order.
Did you lose it?
I had it with me. Narest, you didn't...
Listen here, you had nothing back on that beach. Not even boots on your feet. I'd better not be hearing you call me a thief to my face while you're wearing my fecking trousers. The only thing keeping me from making you take them off and kicking you out is that you seem like a decent man, if stupid. I'll pretend I didn't hear that. But only this once. Are we clear?
Right, I'm sorry, Narest.
Sorry, he says. All right, enough of that. I'd say you're onto something with the letter. Must be something important if they were trying that hard to deliver it. Maybe even important enough to barter for passage back to the capital. But the Order won't help you with your search. You need local people. Greyshaft people. Do you remember what the men who attacked you look like? Can you describe them?
Well, I remember one. He had shaggy red hair and a beard down to here. And the other one was almost entirely bald, but his head was tiny, with big ears sticking out like a hobster's.
That's something, at least. Try and find one of the freemen.
Freeman?
That's what the free hunters call themselves. They're a local commune of sorts. Claim to live by a code of justice, but if you ask me, their justice is pretty selective. That's beside the point. They know a lot about what goes on around here. Try and tell them your story. They might just help you. Decide for yourself if you want to mention the letter or not. I've no advice for you there. Right then, that's all I have to say. Farewell, Tristan. Luck be with you.
Farewell, Narest. And thanks again for everything.
Oh, and one more thing.
What?
No matter what happens, stay on the path.
Okay. So I think the game is actually going to open up a little bit here. But unfortunately, that's all the time I have right now. So we will pick this up again next time I get a chance and see what the game is like now that we actually have a little bit of freedom in it. In the meantime, thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and we will see you next time. Bye.